is a shared recognition to all of the schools, administrators, teachers, instructors who have opened your doors in classrooms for professional conversation. Without you, coaching would not be possible. I owe a especially huge thank you to everyone across the state of Florida who had shared their passion for literacy to me so I can learn and grow. I have a clicker. We are all aware that what we do that matters most are the kids. And the decision to leave the field of the classroom and move into coaching was not an easy one. I wondered what leaving would do for my passion in teaching and sharing and collaborating with kids. And in about 3 years in the coaching, I found myself in a 12th grade classroom. It was late May, and these group of students, they were all intensive reading, and to be quite honest, they knew they were not going to be graduating that year. The instructor, who was skeptical about the role of a coach, grabbed onto my assistance by challenging me with a lesson. He used the word challenge because he supplied me 2 articles to share in front of him and model a lesson, one on Judge Scalia and the other on John McCain. 2 kids who didn't like to read. So, trying to engage these students in a topic-driven discussion as well as encourage their thinking on the similarities and differences of these 2 articles, I tried the power of social constructive knowledge. I chose to use 2 following authors, Jeffrey Wilhelm, The Power of Inquiry, addressing students with genuine conversation and questioning, and Ellen Oliver Keene's approach of building a solid background and successfully exploring the implementation of discussion in the classroom. Well, before the bell rang that late afternoon, there were 2 fights and a pencil that would fly across the classroom and into another gentleman's head. I knew I had my work cut out for me. I quickly moved into the lesson, asking only that one essential question that would hopefully grab everybody's attention. And I posed to the students, what would it take to make a difference? Would you have to fit in to do so? To be quite honest, I was amazed. Lo and behold, a huge debate broke out with these 12th graders. They started arguing about whether or not you needed to fit in and how that was going to look like. And in my eyes, I was profoundly moved by their passion. So by the time I gave them the 2 articles, they began to read, and it got real quiet. And in the very back of the room sat the gentleman who threw the pencil, who shouts out at me, "Is this what you call engagement?" And the whole class looks, "Are we allowed to talk now?" So I right then, to be quite honest, I knew I should have probably brought my camcorder. But instead, I moved that into the role of coaching and collaborating with the professor, who was instructor at the time, who was very skeptical, but moved to moving students and addressing needs for the kids from there on out with all of his lessons. So I moved from that role of the traditional classroom to the role of challenging myself personally and professionally in an online environment. And I thought to myself, how's this really going to work? How am I going to coach with no body language? And obviously I talk with my hands, so how's this really going to be effective for me? And I rely heavily now on written communication, instant messenger, teleconferencing, and conferencing with a good, strong battery, cordless phone. So I'm now in an environment where talk is crucial and nonverbals are non-existent, where time flies for all learners, even if that is taking emails at 2 in the morning and booking appointments past 8 p.m., and where written and verbal communication is really our only key. At Florida Virtual School, our coaches are faced with an amazing challenge, but it's actually embraced by the most amazing instructors. First, I feel very lucky to have such an amazing team that I get to collaborate with. We have created some things that move our students through discussion, collaboration, and reflection. While you might have demonstration classrooms, we have the Model Literacy Classroom. The Model Literacy Classroom, we meet monthly on cohorts, we have a reflection guide, and we have conversation tools. We highlight literacy instructional practices in an online hallway that you see here in this slide to teachers across the organization to access at their time and their convenience. Just as you might have book clubs and team articulations, we have literacy peer coaching. This initiative meets monthly and focuses on reading, reflecting, and relating. Our practices shoot from Web 2.0 tools on how different content-related practices are applied from what is read, reflected on, and discussed as a group. Where you have the media centers and resources tangible for both students and teachers, we have a virtual library on the World Wide Web. A means to access content-related guidance, graphic organizers, cognitive web tools, and FLVS support. Where while you serve your schools as coaches to provide professional development, we have an online Competency 6 and possible in-service points available to our instructors through SOLVE. SOLVE is a systematic overview for literacy for online virtual educators. We use reflective practices through application and coaching conversation for successful completion. These were just a few initiatives that we do as coaches in an online environment, none of which could be possible without coaches before me at FLVS and the ones that I have the honor to work with today. All of these practices and experiences continue to bring me to this one point. A real leader has no need to lead. He is content to point the way. We are in this together. Teachers, instructors, coaches, and administrators. Every day is a new opportunity to grow and learn with each other. And once again, I thank all those educators who open their doors and imaginations to better educate a child while allowing a coach to supply support while you point the way. I thank you for your time and I appreciate the award.